Well, everyone's heard of New Year's resolutions, but what about real estate resolutions? These resolutions for those who have yet to be successful trying to sell their property. To share some of the top real estate resolutions for 2016, Week News real estate expert Denny Grimes from Denny Grimes & Company is here with us this morning. This is probably good advice for a lot of folks to have a resolution about selling the house.
Yeah, half Americans have resolutions, and the most common are something about, they want to lose weight, they want to improve their financial situation, and then they also want to maybe exercise more. Interesting enough, those are the top 3 real estate resolutions.
You can apply those right to the home buying and selling process. So what are your resolutions? What do you think people need to do?
Number 1, sellers need to lose some weight. There's a lot of overweight sellers that have to cut some of the fat off their asking price. Now, we have all heard how active the market's been over the last 5 or 6 years. But believe it or not, on the market right now, there are over 1,000 sellers that have been trying to sell their home for over a year, and some as long as 7 or 8 years.
That is crazy.
And, and so the average time on the market is somewhere between 70 and 90 days. So there's sellers that basically are waiting, a whole lot longer to sell, and then generally the reason is they just are asking too much.
I'm just stunned by that number of more than 1,000 because it becomes sort of self-perpetuating, doesn't it? The real estate agent, the client is wondering, why hasn't it sold?
Right.
And it just keeps sitting there.
Right. They have expectations that the buyers are not, and the buyers aren't coming up to their level. So they're waiting, and so they have to lose, and they have to get skinnier. Number 2 is they have to basically exercise more, and here they have to exercise some better judgment in basically, and I actually went ahead of one myself. The second one is what was it?
Improve their financial situation.
That's right. The interesting thing is that of the 1,000 homes that are on the market, 300 of them are vacant.
Huh.
So not only are they not getting rental income, but they're not getting any utility. So if the seller wants to sell and they're living there and they're unrealistic, okay, but if it's sitting vacant, they're losing money as they go. So they basically have to improve their financial situation. Selling sooner is better than selling later, even in a rising market.
Yeah, and when I read that point from you, I almost wondered out loud, and I'll just ask, is it worth becoming a landlord? There's so many people who need to rent. If you can't sell, should you rent?
The rents are going up, and a lot of sellers are making that move, which is a better move than not selling at all or leaving it vacant. And the last one is they have to use some better judgment. There's 500 homes that have been on the market with the same agent for over a year. In fact, there's one that's been on the market almost 9 years with the same agent. And that house, basically, in that price range, it's not this multi-million-dollar house. It's in the $300,000 to $400,000 price range. Over 12,000 homes have sold in the time period that seller has been trying to sell, and they've been unsuccessful. So they have to exercise some better judgment and maybe even exercise some options, because they might have to have a meeting with their agent. If the agent's not talking, then they should be making a change.
And that's, I think, when we know houses are selling and yours isn't, that's when you've got to do something. You can't just sit there and not react.
Right. The bottom line, it's never the buyer's fault the home doesn't sell. It's generally the agents or the sellers, and the sellers have the ultimate responsibility. So those are the top 3 New Year's resolutions, and if the sellers will follow that, they'll be successful in 2016.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, they want to hang out knowing the market's going up, thinking it'll keep going up.
Right.
And not necessarily.
Nope. Not as fast as they want it to, and it's costing them money in the long run.
All right. Good resolutions, Denny. Thanks for keeping us in mind when it comes to real estate. Week News this morning will be right back. Stay with us.